Hello, my name is Ian Lamont, author of the book Lean Media and host of the unofficial Amazon Deep Dive for Publishers, a video series that explains Amazon programs you can use to leverage and expand your publishing business, from Amazon advertising to Amazon seller and FBA. Today, I'm going to be talking about Amazon Advantage, and many of you who are publishers may know about Advantage already. And basically, this is a program that lets publishers ship physical media to Amazon warehouses and get them into Amazon's system. So that means it will show up on product pages, and it will also show up as an Amazon Prime item. Now, if you use a program like Amazon KDP or Amazon Seller, Amazon Advantage doesn't work quite the same way. There's a couple major differences with it, and I've already covered that in other videos. But even for this particular exercise we're going to do, which is to add a new book to Amazon Advantage, you'll see that it works. It's a lot different than Amazon Seller or Amazon KDP. And let's get right to it. So the idea for Amazon Advantage is you already have a book that you've printed up, and actually it could be other types of media as well, including things like DVDs or CDs. But I think most of the people who use Amazon Advantage these days are independent publishers, mid-sized publishers who have physical products. They printed it out at a printer, offset printing or maybe digital short run, and now they want to get it into Amazon's warehouses. And before you get to this step, you need some information about the book you're about to publish. So the way that I do it is I have a text editor. This is on a Mac, but Windows is pretty much the same. TextPad or Notepad, and I have all the metadata that I need for the product. So this is my product. This is the title. This is the subtitle. I have the author because it's actually based on one of my brands, and some other information including ISBN, price. I don't put it there, but it's $6.99, and then also descriptions of it, including a plain text version as well as an HTML version. So I recommend getting all of this material prepared and in a place you can easily access it, so you can copy and paste it right into the Amazon Advantage online form. If you don't have that information handy, you might have to kind of go to different sources to get it, or even worse, you have to start to type out something kind of off the top of your head, such as a description. And there's lots of things that can go wrong with it, including the fact that you may not be able to reuse that information later on for your website or some other purpose. So anyways, here we are at Amazon Advantage, and we're going to add a book. Now, Amazon doesn't use the word book, they use the word items because, as I said, some publishers may be publishing other types of media, such as music or film. So we're going to add an item, select from the navigation items, then add an item, and you'll come to this page. And there's some information about using the program, adding an item. And then also there's this drop down here. So what you would do is you select book, and then you paste in the ISBN that you have for the book. So I've already done that on this page, and I get to this page, and basically this is the ISBN that I use. And what I did is I took it right from here. I just copied and pasted it right over. Okay, so the next step is to add the book title. So as I said before, I have all that information ready. And so I have the book title and subtitle separated, but here I have the book title and title together. And I really strongly recommend using the book title and the subtitle together, put a colon in between them. And the reason is, one reason is of course, because it explains what the book might be. Sometimes the title is not that obvious what it's about, so the subtitle can really explain it. The other thing is that you want to get these keywords in your subtitle and in your title into Amazon's system, so Amazon can start to index it. And for me, that's particularly important because my title just says Word 2019 reference and cheat sheet, but then I have all this other information that's important too. For instance, here I have the word Microsoft. That doesn't appear in the title. It does appear in the subtitle. And some people who are searching on Amazon, they may search for Microsoft Word 2019 or Microsoft 2019. So having this in the subtitle will help it get indexed by Amazon. Another thing to mention about keywords in Amazon Advantage, there is no separate field for keywords. This is unlike Amazon KDP, which gives you 7 keywords, and Amazon Seller, which I think typically gives you 5 keyword fields, and there's limitations on how long they can be and whatnot. Amazon Advantage doesn't have that, and I don't know why that is, but regardless, this makes the book title field extra important. All right, so author. This is a special product. It uses the brand rather than the author name. So I put that in there. Publisher, this is the name of my company, I30 Media. Publishing date, I'm going to put down today. Binding, so most people will choose mass market, paperback, maybe hardcover. Some people may have some unusual media types, and actually that's the case for this particular product. It's a cheat sheet. It's like a pamphlet. List price, it's not that expensive, $6.99. Just a reminder, Amazon takes a 55% cut of that $6.99. So keep that in mind as you're determining pricing, and hopefully long before you've come to this page, you know what the pricing is and you've figured out your margins and other costs and whatnot. So $6.99 works for me. Select the language, English, and then the subject. So this is a computers and internet book. It'll give you another field. What should I do here? I'm going to say software because this is about Word 2019. What are the other options? Well, you can see it will kind of drill down into different things, but software is the most applicable one. Now, you don't need to, it says here optional fields. These are really important fields. Like, you don't want to give this up because this gives more information to Amazon to present to potential customers, and also it helps customers too because they may want to know about certain features such as the page number or the edition or the editor or whatever. It mentions that you may use HTML to indicate breaks, boldface, or italics. So I do this. This is really important to me because I want to bold certain terms and I want to have page breaks. So on my little scratch pad here, you'll see I have a plain text version. This is no HTML. So this is what I might paste into, maybe if I'm selling it somewhere else, I might use the plain text version. But for Amazon, I use the HTML version, and you can see the HTML here. This is a start of a bold tag. This is the end of a bold tag. So that's hugely important. So I'm just going to copy this whole thing, and actually I can see I might need to add a little bit more HTML as well. I'm just going to quickly do that. Sorry about that, people. So HTML, if you don't know how to use it, basically just Google how to use HTML. You'll get a quick guide to it. It's not that hard. You're basically adding tags in the front of certain words or text. So right now I'm adding paragraph tags, which will help to break it up when it shows up on Amazon. So here's my HTML. Copied it. Oh, copy it just in case you don't know. Go to the top of the screen, edit, copy. All right. Works similarly in Windows and a Mac. All right. So I'm going to paste the description here, HTML description. That is Control V on Windows or Command V on a Mac. Pages 4. I'm going to leave all this stuff blank. Edition, editor, illustrator. I'm the editor. I don't think I need to put in information about that. Author bio. So I do have an author bio. So this is my bio. I'm just going to modify that a little bit. So it includes the brand name, which is really important to my company. Copy that again. Stick that in there. Now, review. So if you have a book where you've done ARCs or you've gotten review copies out to media people or experts or other authors, hopefully that took place a long time before you've reached the stage where you're ready to start listing it on Amazon. So what you would do is you would take a copy of those reviews and then paste it in here. So for instance, what I've done in the past is I've had something reviewed by Kirkus or by another author, and then, maybe a month before the stage, they'll send back the review, and then I can take excerpts of it and put it in here, and those will show up on your Amazon page listing. And here you put down the source, like Joe Smith, author of blah blah blah, or Kirkus Reviews, or whatever. I don't have any of that for these, so I'm just going to leave that. I'm just going to leave those fields blank. Then hit Preview Results. And it's finding some errors there. So, all right, doesn't want all caps. I get that. Note that I can also add another author if I want. One thing that's worth mentioning, there's no place to add images here. Images is a separate step. This is different than some other tools, including Amazon KDP, where you add the cover image at the same time you're adding the metadata. Here, Amazon Advantage, it's a two-step process. And I'll have another video for adding the images. So let's do that again, preview the results. Okay. Now, interestingly, when it shows the description, it just shows the raw HTML, which is not ideal because you won't know what it looks like. So you actually have to look at the Amazon listing page when it's ready to see if your HTML came through, and then maybe tweak it later on. All right, that looks good. I'm going to submit it. Okay, so you've successfully added this item to your account. You should receive an order for this item in approximately 7 to 10 business days. So this is pretty key here. This is what I really want to have happen, because actually today I took delivery from my printer for this particular product. I have it ready to go out to Amazon. And now that it's in their system, next week, hopefully, Amazon will send me an order for this particular item so I can start sending it to their warehouse. There's one other thing I need to do later on. So the listing itself will appear on Amazon, but there won't be any images because I didn't upload any images yet. That's a separate step. I'll show you how to do that in a separate video. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching this video. To learn more about how to optimize and expand your publishing business, check out my videos and deep dive available from leanmedia.org. And thank you so much for watching.